morning, y'all. I literally just stepped out of bed and I feel very, very bleary-eyed and tired, so bear with me. But I gotta get some coffee made. And I'm back to my 12 coffees of Christmas home for the holidays, 12 coffee packages, whatever the hell this is. And we have one flavor left on this top little box, and it's gotta be cinnamon swirl today. And you know how much I love cinnamon coffee, so I'm hoping that this does not disappoint. There we go. Cinnamon swirl. All right, I've got the coffee in the coffee pot, y'all, and I'm pouring in the water here. I don't smell a strong cinnamon smell, so I'm hoping that it at least comes through in the flavor. And while the coffee is brewing, let's go ahead and check our magical almanac for today, which will always be linked in the description box below. And I will also link the 12 coffees of Christmas in the description box below. You still have time to get one for yourself, although I would recommend getting the Door County 12 Days of Christmas over this one. Today is Friday, December 6, 2024. The color of the day is coral, the incense of the day is orchid, and the moon is waxing in Aquarius still. I've got some orchid incense here from Gia's Tradition, so let's light that up. And as always, I'll link to Gia's Traditions in the description box below. I always say that because you never know when this was somebody's first time watching my video and they want to know where the incense comes from. I used to get a lot of questions about stuff like that until I started saying in every video, I'm linking it in the description box. So today the house is gonna smell like orchids and cinnamon swirl. What a combination. It smells fantastic. Although I didn't really smell a strong cinnamon smell from that coffee. Maybe it'll smell better once it's brewed. And now this box is empty, so tomorrow we will be moving on to the bottom little box of the 12 coffees of Christmas right here and trying out some new flavors. I'm excited for that. Hopefully those will be good. These have been all right, honestly. Out of all the ones I've tried, the almond amaretto has been my favorite, surprisingly, but I've yet to try cinnamon. All right, the coffee is ready. I'm pouring a cup here. I still don't really smell any strong cinnamon smell, so we'll see. All right, let's pour in a little cream. Oops, try not to spill it all over the counter. And let's give it a little stir. And now we taste. I gotta say, that's probably the most mediocre cinnamon coffee I've ever had. It has a very, very slight cinnamon flavor. Not anything like even the Starbucks Cinnamon Dolce, which is one of my favorite coffees ever. Very mild cinnamon flavor. Mild. Very mild. I would give this just an okay rating. I mean, it's drinkable. The coffee itself is good. The flavor just is not strong. Definitely not strong enough for my liking. So another okay of the 12 coffees of Christmas. Man, I can't wait to get to Door County. Let me give Ted his cup and see how he likes it. All right, Ted, give it a try and let us know what you think.
Tastes like all the other ones.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I like the one yesterday. It was the best.
I agree with you. The almond one, it had the strongest flavor. It just has like the most mild cinnamon flavor. It's not strong at all.
It is good coffee, but
yeah,
it's like drinking a can of Folgers or something worse.
I agree.
Italian roast, right? Because those are...
Yeah, the non-flavored ones, I bet it will
coffee.
be good. Yeah. Ted and I are discussing the merits of the upcoming flavors. This one is so bad that it makes me want to go buy some Starbucks Cinnamon Dolce because that shit is good. I haven't had that in a long time. I got kind of burned out on it because I was drinking it so much and I just kind of got tired of it and started trying different coffees, and now I'm wanting it again after having this because this just does not stack up. But like Ted said, it's good coffee. It's just the flavor isn't. Yeah, the coffee itself is good. With that being said, I've got to go do my journaling and meditations for the morning. I am also going to make my YouTube short, my Get Ready With Me short, and then I will be back here in a little bit when I'm ready for the day. Y'all, this morning I came out to do my meditations out in the backyard to soak up the morning sun. It's cold out, but it's clear. And a whole flock of red-winged blackbirds just came and sat in these trees out here in the backyard. I went in to get my camera, and they're mostly gone now. I'm hoping I'll see one to show you. It was like magical. I've never seen so many of them. And now I don't see any. I guess they've moved on. They were only here for a minute. The dogs probably scared them away with their fighting. Their play fighting. But they were sitting right up here in these trees making the most beautiful sounds. Well, actually their sounds kind of sound like little grunts, but It was really a magical experience. I wish I could have shared it with you. I just sat there in like a state of wonder watching these beautiful birds, and by the time it occurred to me to get my camera and get back outside, they were already gone. But I decided to look up what this means when you see the red-winged blackbirds. It is not a frequent sight. Like, it's kind of rare to see them. I don't remember ever seeing them, and especially not this many of them, but it's clearly what they were. I looked them up in my Birds of Arkansas book. This was a gift sent to me by a subscriber, and I use it often, especially now that I've moved into the house and I have this backyard and I see lots of different birds. So here is what they look like. They are so beautiful, and you can identify them. They just look like regular blackbirds, but they have this red tip on their wings. It says one of the most widespread and numerous birds in Arkansas. During fall and winter, migrant and resident redwings gather in huge numbers, thousands, with other blackbirds to feed in agricultural fields, marshes, and wetlands. That's why they're not very common here in Hot Springs. We don't really have marshes and wetlands. I think they're just kind of migrating through maybe to the more southern or eastern part of Arkansas where we have more marshland. So I got out my Animal Speak pocket guidebook. I will link to this down in the description box. This was also sent to me by a subscriber, and I use it often when I see like animals in the wild that I don't often see. I feel like this is often a sign from the universe, or the universe trying to give you some sort of message. So let's look up red-winged blackbirds and see what it means. It says, surprises. New surprises and understanding are coming. Your efforts will be noticed. Secrets revealed that give new perspective. Ooh, that is exciting. So I've been manifesting something into my life, and this seems like a good sign that I'm on the right track. All right, guys, I am back and ready for the day. So I just did very minimal makeup again. I've been feeling very much like being more natural lately, so that's what I've been doing. I have on my CeraVe Tinted Hydrating Mineral Sunscreen, a little bit of eyeshadow from my True Naked palette, and some mascara and a little bit of my homemade lip gloss, and that's it for today. So outfit of the day, I'm wearing this adorable cat t-shirt that I got from the thrift store a couple weeks ago. This is my first time wearing it. It's the only thing in my wardrobe that even has a hint of the color coral in it. And it also has this earthy green color, so I decided to pair it with this fuzzy green cozy cardigan that I got at TJ Maxx last year. And then I'm just wearing some black leggings and my Chucks today because I wanted to be comfy. I think Ted and I are going to go out to dinner somewhere tonight, but I'm not sure. Either way, I wanted to be comfortable, and I didn't feel like dressing up too much today, but I think this outfit is pretty cute. It's a combo I've never worn before, and I'm happy with it. Okay, y'all, I just got done editing yesterday's Vlogmas vlog and have made another decision about my filming situation. After filming on both my iPhone and the vlogging camera, I felt like the vlogging camera was too dark yesterday and too shaky when I held it in my hand. So I'm going back to iPhone. So if you wonder why my footage keeps changing, like the appearance of my footage keeps changing, it's because I was going back and forth in between the vlogging camera and the iPhone. And personally, I think I just like the iPhone better. I think I like filming on the iPhone better. It's easier to handle. I have my gimbal, so the footage is more steady. And even though the front-facing camera doesn't handle low light as well as the vlogging camera, I still feel like I have like a wider lens on it, and it just looks better overall. So back to the iPhone it is. Not that you needed to know or wanted to know any of that, but hey, I'm just sharing my day with you. It's about 4 in the afternoon, and I think for the rest of today's vlog, I'm gonna give you guys the footage from me cooking dinner last night. So I ended up filming so much footage yesterday that it was too much for a single day of Vlogmas, so I'm splitting it up into 2. Here you go. I hope you enjoy this little cooking segment, and I will be back afterwards for Ted to open up his advent calendar tonight. So for dinner tonight, I'm gonna make like a Southwest egg scramble with bacon, and I'm gonna make it into breakfast burritos for Ted. So I got this can of green chilies here earlier at Walmart today. Okay, never mind. No, we're not. I only have 1 egg left. So that's not what we're gonna have for dinner. Let me see what we've got in the cupboard and see what I can figure out. So after looking through all the food we have in the house, I have the ingredients to make shrimp creole. So that's what we're gonna have. This is a recipe from my favorite cookbook, the Betty Crocker New Edition Cookbook. This is actually from the 2006 version. This is the cookbook that I learned how to cook from, and I love it, and I still use it to this day all the time. Shrimp creole is what we're having, and this is actually a low-carb dish if you serve it without the rice. Ted doesn't really like rice. Ted, do you want rice with this?
It comes with it?
Like you're supposed to serve it over rice? Okay, so I'm gonna make rice for Ted, and then I'll just eat it without the rice. So the only problem I'm running into is the shrimp I have here is frozen, and it needs to be thawed for the recipe. So I think I'm just going to put this in some cold water and thaw it in the sink. The back of the bag says thawing instructions for quick thaw. You can place frozen shrimp in a colander and rinse under cold running water for approximately 5 minutes or until thawed. Avoid rinsing with hot water because that will cook it. So the shrimp is pretty much thawed here, and now we're gonna get started on chopping the veggies. So I'm having to make do with what I've got here. The recipe calls for onion, celery, and green pepper. We had a green pepper in the fridge, but it has gone bad. So I'm just gonna throw some green chilies in there in place of the green pepper.
Ooh, we got egg rolls too.
We do. You want me to make you an egg roll?
Yeah.
All right. Egg roll and shrimp creole is what Ted's having for dinner. So for Ted's egg rolls, I am going to set the oven to 450 degrees, which we can now do. 450, y'all. I got the oven set to 450. That's awesome. I can actually bake things at the correct temperature. Okay, so I'm going to chop up the onion and celery now. While I'm cooking, Ted is helping me out by sweeping the floor. Thank you so much, Ted. I appreciate that.
Yeah, sweeping's not as good.
As the vacuum? Yeah, I know. I vacuumed
well, once you sweep it in, you'll still have it where the vacuum would get all of it.
Yeah. I find sweeping easier than the vacuum, but sometimes you just gotta bust the vacuum out. So the next step is I'm taking a 1/4 cup of butter, which is 4 tablespoons, and melting it over medium heat here. And I have cooked a couple things on this stove, but this is like the biggest meal I've ever cooked on this stove. So we're gonna go medium heat with it. So I'm really excited to see how this is gonna turn out. Once the butter melts, we are gonna add in the veggies and saute those. So the butter is melted, and I've also started 2 cups of water for the rice to get that going. I am going to add the vegetables here into the pot with the butter. So we've got celery, onion, and it's supposed to be green peppers, but since we don't have any green peppers, I'm gonna throw some green chilies in there and hope for the best. Sometimes you just have to improvise, and that's okay. Usually all turns out all right. And then I'm also gonna add in 2 cloves of chopped garlic, which is about a teaspoon. But I love garlic, so I always do a heaping teaspoon. And then I'm gonna add in the green chilies here. And then the recipe says to cook this for about 10 minutes or until the onions are tender. So I'll see you guys back here in about 10 minutes. So I've just put the rice into the boiling water. The vegetables are still cooking here. And then I'm gonna put Ted's egg rolls. We're mixing cuisines tonight. We're having creole shrimp and egg rolls. I'm gonna put these in the oven. They have to cook for 20 minutes and the rice needs to cook for 20 minutes. So I can share a timer on those. Ooh, that is a hot oven. Oh my gosh. That is so nice, you guys. I really love this new stove so far. So now I'm going to set a timer for 20 minutes, and if you hold it down, it goes fast. I figured that out. All right, start, and that's for the rice and the egg rolls. Okay, now that our onions have cooked until they're tender, we're gonna add in the remaining ingredients except for the shrimp and rice. So first up, we're adding in a cup of just plain water. So the recipe calls for 2 teaspoons chopped fresh parsley. I'm gonna use dried parsley, so I'm gonna half that amount and just use 1 teaspoon of chopped dried parsley. We'll put that in. Then we need 1½ teaspoons of salt. So this is a ½ teaspoon. I'm gonna put 3 of these in. 1, 2, and 3. And finally, a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. So I'm just gonna put about half this much in there. Last but not least, 2 dried bay leaves. I bought these bay leaves at Ollie's, so I hope they're all right. That's it for the seasonings. And the last ingredient going in now is a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. This is a real simple dish. I think it's gonna be good. I have never made this before. All right, got the tomato sauce open and we're pouring that in. Now I'm gonna stir this all up and we're gonna let this cook for about 10 minutes or simmer for about 10 minutes. Here's how it's looking, y'all. I think this is gonna be so good. All right, y'all, we've got about 1 minute left on the timer. Look at this goodness. Oh my gosh. I think this is gonna be delicious. The rice, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat off the rice. I moved it over to this burner over here, but I'm gonna move it back here so that I can get these egg rolls out of the oven and put them up on the stove. Oh my, those look good. All right, let me grab these. I think they're done. I don't even think they need that extra minute. So I'm gonna put these up on the stove. And finally, my last step is to add the shrimp into the shrimp creole here. Gonna stir that in and it needs to cook for about 4 to 6 more minutes. Then we're gonna fish the bay leaves out. So I'm gonna set a timer here for 5 minutes. We're gonna turn the heat up a little bit because we need to return this to a boil and then cook it for 4 to 6 minutes. So I'm gonna cancel that. Wait till it comes back to a boil and then set the timer for 5 minutes. But we're almost ready to eat. It smells fantastic. I think it's gonna be good. Ted says it smells good too. So it's just about returning to a boil here. I'm gonna turn this down. Well, it's already on medium, that's fine. You're supposed to reduce it to medium. And now we're gonna set the timer over here for 5 minutes. Start, couldn't find the button. And then we will be ready to eat, y'all. And I am getting hungry smelling this. Look at this. So the recipe actually calls for more shrimp than we had. So we've got a lot of sauce to shrimp ratio, but I think it's gonna be fine. We're gonna serve it over rice for Ted and I'll just eat mine in a bowl like a shrimp soup. Okay, it's been 5 minutes, so I just turned the heat off and I fished out the bay leaves over here. And this is still boiling hot, so I'm gonna let it, let me see, I'm actually gonna take it off the heat. I don't wanna overcook the shrimp here. So I'm gonna take it off and put it over here on this burner. Let it cool down for a second while I get our plates ready. Okay, y'all, I'm putting some rice into a bowl for Ted here. I'll just give him a nice hefty serving there. He can always get more if he wants it. And then I'm just gonna spoon some of this out over the rice. It looks amazing and it smells so good. Oh my gosh. So let me bring Ted his bowl and then I will make mine and we will taste it for you guys. So y'all, this is scalding hot. I'm not sure if I'm even gonna be able to, I'm gonna try it because I'm so hungry and I wanna try it.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that is delicious. That is really good. What do you think, Ted?
It is good. I think I'm in Louisiana.
You're eating shrimp creole.
Once I open the door, I'll know I'm not in Louisiana.
Yeah, it's freezing cold outside. It's like 36 degrees. I love it. This is a success and I will definitely make this again. You could make it low carb. It's pretty low carb except for maybe the tomato sauce, but I'm not too concerned about that. Or you can serve it with rice and it's really good. I also think it would be good served over like cornbread. And Ted's gonna have some egg rolls with his. So we're gonna eat dinner and then we'll be back for Ted to open up his advent calendar. All right, y'all, it's Friday night and Ted's home from work ready to open his advent calendar. What day are we on?
Day number 6.
All right. Let's see, there you are. Yeah, I think you can just open the flap. I wonder what you got. It's a surprise to me too.
Is it?
Can you fit your hand in there?
Yeah. Oh shit, one fell in.
Oh, you got some truffles today.
Lindor.
What kind is it? Does it say?
No, it just says Lindor.
I'm not sure which ones those are. I guess you'll have to try it and find out.
Some kind of chocolate. Look at it.
Oh yeah, the Lindor truffles are good. What's inside?
More chocolate.
Is it good? Mm-hmm. Those are always really good.
That's really good chocolate.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this vlog here. Thank you so much for joining me for another day of Vlogmas. We made it through the first week. Ted's going to go take a shower. He just got home from work, and then we're going to get ready and probably go on a little date night. So I hope you enjoyed the cooking segment, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Bye.